What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans. No, it might look like the Titans action. It might feel like the Titans action, but it is the Shake Up mod action 2.0. It's a new time to be alive. It's 2022, and we've got exciting things afoot, ladies and gentlemen. In the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Set, his name is Soup. Husk Soup even. Hot Soup. Because he is a sexy man. If you haven't seen him, I would implore you to check out his stream. He has got an amazingly well-shaped head. And just like, I don't know, something about the just general look of Soup. It's just I could not recommend it anymore. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Poseidon, the mod's creator, the man behind the design, the man with the ideas and the technical know-how to make it happen. His name is Hagrit, and he is playing Poseidon, the god of the water in the Greek mythologies, if you guys were unaware. Zeus's brother, and the only and also one of the kind of evil gods of the Age of Mythology Titans campaign, which features Arcantos Age. I know some things about this game. I've been around. I've hung out. I know what's happening here. So, what is special about Shake Up Mod 2.0, you ask? Well, Number one is you can build military buildings in the archaic age. That doesn't mean you should. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. You know, like you could grab a jar of peanut butter and get a spoon and then take half of the peanut butter onto the spoon, put it into your mouth and then swallow. You could feasibly do that, but you probably shouldn't. That doesn't necessarily mean that building military buildings in the archaic age is something you shouldn't do. It just means, like, you got to think about it a little bit and just assess all the risks and the rewards and get there. And now we're seeing Hagrid getting himself a stable. And his opponent right now, Soup, he's playing Set and he's getting himself a temple. So not getting that early barracks just yet. So let's continue to discuss this mod as we go on. One of the little interesting parts about this mod that you might notice, might not notice as we check this out, is that the forests, they're kind of spread out. So it's actually really, really hard to wall the map in. This promotes aggression. This promotes multitasking, and this promotes excitement, which is kind of what this mod is about. This mod is about excitement. It's no more boring, boomy, no booming. Booming's bad. In this mod, town centers take an extra 50% to build. And I love that because it means you don't get to go to town center. You got to do something different. Well, you could go to town center, but that then leads to the next point. Infantry, and I'm not sure if this includes archers as well, but infantry can build portable siege towers. What's special about the portable siege tower, you ask me? Well, not a whole lot. No, there's heaps special. It is a 4 population siege weapon, which can garrison 15 units into it, which can attack buildings and not attack units. It might sound familiar if you've played Age of Empires 4, but if you haven't, that's fine. You'll see it in this game, potentially. We do see some cheeky Hippocon coming out. And what's this? This cheeky Hippocon here, he's got 150 HP, and he's got 4 damage. 4 damage, that's it. But we're seeing Hermes come through. We're seeing Dar coming through. This Hippocon's just going to run away from the walrus. Soup is going to be trying to get some cheeky damage done, but the Hippocon is a speedy boy, 4.95 speed. Where's the rest of this Hippocon's speed, you ask me? Well, it will be returned when you advance to the second age. So it's simply just there to remove too much craziness. But while this is going on, we see a forward barracks coming up by Soup. He's got that barracks up and he's going to be starting to think about making some spearmen out, and that's exactly what's going on here. We've got the Pharaoh in the front going to be throwing his rocks at these Hippocon right now, getting some big damages done as the barracks is coming down. We've got the Walrus 12 HP remaining as the spearman has come through and scares Hagrid back to his base. Villagers sitting idly by need to get doing some work. And we will be seeing potentially a Pharaoh sniper chair as the Hippocon running in, going after that Pharaoh Soup, not paying attention just yet. And now he's going to pay attention. He's going to be leaving here. He's got himself the Priest. He's got himself the Spearman. There is the Hermes coming through for Hagrid. He's got himself also an archery range. Going to be starting to make some Toxotes here. And the Villagers going to be moving over here onto these goats. And you can see 5 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, we've already got the aggression that we were talking about, living the dream. This is exactly what we wanted in this game right now. We've got a whole bunch of wood and gold in the bank now for Soup. We'll see what he's going to want to do with that in this game. You see the Toxotes here in the back going to be helping a lot against those Spearmen. And we do have Soup over in the corner of the map eating his hunt very nicely right now. Both players have scouted out the entirety of this map, basically, where all of the herdables are. Just simply living the dream. Now, what is the next move here for Soup? Because normally what happens here is you can't push. How do you push? You don't push. Egyptian just falls flat. But what's this? What's this, you ask me? It is a siege tower that has 50 crush damage. Soup's going to be sending this one in. Hagrid's going to be 29ing this with the taunt scream. And we will be seeing the first blood drawn as the sentry tower will get taken down. Building yet another siege tower here. And this is going to be a tough one for Hagrid to defend. But the siege tower does get taken down. How much do these cost? Only 100 gold. 100 gold for its siege tower. Eat your heart out. That is exciting here. And we're going to be seeing Soup continue to try and push through these buildings, taking out what Hagrid's got. But meanwhile, we've got the Hippocon raids coming over here by Hagrid. He's just looking for something to do. Not much he can actually do just at this point. But look at this. The siege tower, I mean, it's not the strongest thing in the world. It's got 5% hack armor of all things. But 95% pierce armor and only 200 HP. So it does get taken out quite quickly. 1 HP remaining, actually. But now we're still seeing this temple getting taken down. These spearmen, very, very strong here. And we'll see if Hagrid is going to be able to hold this or not. He is currently building from just the stable here. Is he trying to get to the next age or not is the question. And now we're seeing siege towers. Now he's taking down the temple, but that's a whole bunch of militia popping out now to take down that siege tower. It's not actually it's not a good trade anymore for Mr. Soupy Boy because or for Hagrid because it's only 100 gold. So 100 gold for a temple, that's value right there. That's 200 right there. Now we will be seeing the stable coming down, and you guys might be like, well, that's unfair. The Egyptians can build siege towers, and the Poseidon player can't. But what you'll find is that the Poseidon player can actually build siege towers if he has his own infantry. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure. Hagrid's not here to tell me the way, but I'm not 100% sure if the Toxotes can build their siege towers. But we do see yet another siege tower coming out, and Hagrid's pausing. He's had enough. He says, that's all we got. Automatons can as well. Oh, yes, archers too. Forest Spirit says that's true. Getting spam nudged. What a jerk. Who would do that in 2022? Like 2021, I get it. But 2022, it's a new year. It's a new you. It's a new me. And nudging people is so 2021. All right. So moving forward, we see the house getting taken down over here as the Hippocon pushing forward. We've got 4 of those Toxotes in the back. The siege tower is going to be getting attacked. But I honestly reckon there's a little bit of me that says maybe just sack these buildings, let the siege towers take them down, and see what happens here. But now, and utilize those militia. But now we see one of those siege towers is taken out. We will be seeing the villagers jumping over here. Now remember, the villagers already have a bonus against siege towers. But these siege towers, they're weak. Look at that damage. Boom, 2 jacks, 3 shanks, and it's down. And then the villagers are just going to retreat back and just head over to their little gold mine. So killing off the town center is still quite hard here for the Egyptian player. So you still have options here. You can still go to the heroic age and do it that way. We do have this gold mine and still has plenty of gold left in it. More units pumping out. We do have the priest going to be healing up the units. This is such a good way to play the Egyptian classical fight is to get some priests in your army to heal your units up. We see another siege tower coming down now for Soup. He still doesn't have that much gold. He is moving up to the top location here, as we do have some Hippocon just chilling over here as Soup wants to get himself this granary. And now we will be seeing the siege tower will be moving forward here. And the Hippocon will greet it. And I think maybe Soup should run away. The only thing that's a bit funny with this is that if you're attacking the siege tower, there's no damage sounds. So I don't know if that's possible to be fixed or not, but it's funny to see nonetheless. And Soup is now going to have to deal with medium cavalry coming at him, as that's exactly what Hagrit's going to be going for, sending those villagers back over into this gold mine. There is a very, very difficult road ahead for Hagrit right now, as the big ball of units that Soup has mustered is very big and very ballish. And now we do see the villagers yet again popping out, going to easily take down that siege tower there, dropping back into the town center. And Soup is like, I have had enough of this game. I'm going to attack you, and you are going to like it. Okay, here's a little thing for you. What you should do if you're in this situation with these Toxotes is you should garrison the Toxotes into the town center. They'll do so much more damage because they won't die, and you'll be able to push back very, very easily. You can leave the Hippocon out, but just put the Toxotes into the town center. But right now, it's looking like Hagrid is hard winning this fight as the slingers have to retreat away. This army size of Soup is at 115 or something here. We are seeing these units trying to force themselves back out. Polar to doing some good damage over here, but it does look like Soup has lived another day now, as the villagers going to be looking to move up to the second gold mine right now. We already have the hyena set over there, as these villagers will go up there. So that's going to be the next question. Will Hagrid be able to hold on? Now, what I think Hagrid should be doing here against this army composition is definitely getting some hoplites out here. Just like, unlike against Norse, the Stingers do die against the Hippocon. But what's important is that the Spearmen counter, oh, beautiful shifting sand, ceasefire that, has to ceasefire that. So now Soup's got access to ancestors in this game, so he's going to use that to the best of his abilities. But what I was going to say is Spearmen, they're great. They're great against Hippocon. They're not so good against Toxotes, but they aren't good against hoplites either. And if you make hoplites, they're kind of the best of both worlds. They're kind of like a tank that the slingers don't want to shoot into. And they also deal with the spearmen. So if you do find yourself in this situation, consider hoplite. Just consider them, just for a little bit. Now, the question is going to be, will Hagrid be able to build enough units to defend this next push? We are seeing another siege tower coming down. I think maybe these siege towers are a touch cheap, unless the gold cost is wrong here and it's a little bit more than that. But 100 gold is for a siege weapon that, while it's weak, it's still a siege weapon. So maybe make it 200 resources, 100 gold, 100 wood. Maybe that's what it does cost. Who knows? Anyways, now we see the siege towers rolling in. I'm going to try and take down some buildings here. I would go after the houses. We are seeing Hagrid going to be turning around, wanting to fight. This one has to be very careful with his army. We see the Toxotes getting targeted down. Nice micro away from those slingers there, but they're still getting targeted down. It's still very, very hard. We do see the Hippocon now getting taken out by the Spearman. Nice micro from Soup here in this game, as the slingers will take down even more Toxotes. But the Spearman numbers are fairly low here, and the slingers will be falling. Nice micro yet again to run those Toxotes away. We're seeing some more units come through. The siege tower is going to be able to take down the archery range, which will give a couple of militia over here, but the population is 100 population to Soup, to 60 population for Hagrid, as Hagrid does not seem to be able to hold on here against this army that Soup has managed to muster in this game. We're seeing him take out a bunch of Toxotes right now, as there's next to nothing left. The archery range does live with 60 HP, but Hagrid is not able to hang on in this game and will have to tap out here. GG, well played by Soup, showing off the classical fight on the, what do you call this? The Shake Up, what, 2.0? This is the big story, though. Look at these resources. The resources are very similar here, but Hagrid just not able to keep up in the military count. It's very even units killed, lost, but it's just the military count that's letting him down. And that is funny, but the siege towers really do help really do help with this push. And apparently, Hagrid said the seashells are supposed to be 300 wood, 100 gold, but Eggy removes the wood cost. Didn't account for that. That is funny. That is funny, but that is what it is. I'm going to say maybe just make the tower 300 gold or something. 200 gold. But it seemed pretty weak, so maybe 200 rests would be fine. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this game and enjoyed this mod, I would very much implore you to go check out some of Hagrid's content. Try out the mod yourself. If you enjoyed the cast, consider leaving a like and following on the Twitch and maybe subscribing and all the other good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next game.